Hello YouTube, my name is Manabu Nakagawa. I hope you guys all doing good. I'm videotaping on June 6th today, which means we are having a horror day. I don't know if you guys know what that means, but anyway, we all know we had a terrible incident over the death of George Floyd last month. It's been quite a terrified moment when I watched the video. I just can't describe how badly George was killed by police officer and other threats. It looks like a complete abuse of power. I don't even understand how he faked $20 bill and 4 police officers came to get him and pin him down like he's just committed mass murder. I know this is so heartbreaking news. That's why all people in black community got so mad and broke out massive riots in the major cities like Los Angeles. This guy tried to drop a firework in the middle of a protest, and the protesters threw it back in his car and gave him the beats. That's so horrible. Some looters tried to invade a store to steal something in the midnight. One guy threw a stone to break the door, and the other guy threw another stone from behind his back, but he got hit and blacked out. Ironically, that's terrible. No church, no gym, no school, no friends, no work. There is no wonder it has spread out. America, Paris, and now London. A lot of people went psycho, and I think it's not about George Floyd murder anymore, but that's terrorism. In case you don't know anything about Japan, or for some reason you came to visit my channel for the first time, my core value, I'm Japanese. That's why I'm cooking lover, showing you how to make a yummy Japanese cuisine. Make sure this channel is not supposed to be give you anything negative, okay? I try to introduce many Japanese stuff as possible, so you may think it's inappropriate for you to watch unpleasant overseas news here, but in Japan, we never have riots. I mean, we used to have many protesters blocking the street and demonstrate to Japanese government, but not anymore. Because generally we think it's absolutely waste of time. We don't really like to have political argument, folks. Certain stupid young kids jump into Dotonbo River when they get too high, but normal people here basically do not intend to do anything outrageous. I think that's the nature of Japanese characters. Japan has been considered as a peaceful country of all time, and Japan is surrounded by oceans, so basically we never have racism and racial conflicts. I grew up in Otsu City, Shiga Prefecture. It's a small city of Japan. In Sena, which means we have the biggest lake of Japan, that's called Lake Biwa. It looks like a Japanese music instrument. That's how Lake Biwa was named after. Look at the beautiful landscape. Lake Biwa is enriched with pure water, wild birds, and plenty of natural resources. I was raised in a beautiful place where we get all the delicious organic food, which is why I love cooking. Over here, there is Kyoto, Osaka, and Kobe as well. As a whole, these regions are called Kansai region. So geographically, we have easy access to these big cities within an hour if you take public transportation. And in terms of environment for a living, I'm so proud of living in my hometown Shiga because we can save a lot of money for the cost of living. We have fresh air, pure water, like you can drink tap water. Plus, price is relatively cheaper than other major cities like Osaka or Kyoto. If you have monthly net income at up to 100,000 Japanese yen, I think that's enough per person to live. At least you can survive. I hadn't been back to Shiga Prefecture until 8 years ago because before then I studied abroad in Los Angeles, like I said in the last video. So when I came back here, the whole city was dramatically changed. They remodeled the local JR station, constructed many apartments near stations, and many foreign residents began to live in my city. Then my city became more and more internationalized. That's of course a wonderful change, but the weird part about it was I thought was so great that I wanted other people to know how great it was. I remember telling other people like, hey look, you know what? Shiga is a great place to live. If you wanna look for somewhere cheap, you should check out housing rent in Shiga and you can't miss it. I suggested to them like that, and later when I went online to see how much the actual price of housing rent would cost per person, the average price per person is right around 40,000 Japanese yen. You think it's still cheap, right? But when it comes to a family, the housing rent will dramatically go up. It gets double. Yeah, at least you need to pay 70,000 Japanese yen, plus you need a vehicle. This is where I used to live. I grew up Zeze. I had been here until I was 17. My dad filed bankruptcy and we had to sell our ex-house. We moved out of town, so I haven't seen this place for more than 10 years, and it reminds me of my childhood. But I went to junior high school from this place. This is my junior high school. That's called Awazu Junior High School. I wish this was in my last video. All kids living around Zeze are supposed to go to this school. I really had fun going to school and playing basketball with my classmates. It was very challenging, motivational, and the most happiest moment of all time. Arigato. Yeah, now the new house is built here. Everything has been changed. I would walk home every day from school. Down, down, down. I hated going home on this road because it's too long. It was torture. I remember I practiced basketball at the gym, going home, and I say to mom, hey mom, I'm so hungry. I wanna have dinner. But she didn't make myself dinner because she was too busy working all day after my dad's business was closed. My dad was drinking and he went crazy, and I was so mad at him and I exposed my emotions so badly, and we fought terrible. Plus, when I went to private high school, I couldn't afford for tuition, so my sister, younger than I am by 2 years, had to give up playing basketball. That's why I was so sorry about my sister. Yeah, especially when I see this road again, it brings me back my bad memories. After moving out of my ex-house, I stopped hanging out with my old friend because I was humiliated to tell the truth that my house was on sale for payment of debit. I didn't get many friends in my own neighborhood. My classmates living all across Zeze. I disconnected all of the relationship, and by the time I graduated from high school, I became an introvert person. I failed replacement test for the university entry, and my life didn't go well at the time, and I hated myself. Whatever I did, I failed. Well, even now I do, but anyway. It took me a lot of years to change my mind setting from introvert to extrovert. What is worse, it was so shocking to me when I knew my favorite girl went away from out of my hands. Like, oh man, don't leave me alone. Yeah, baby, trust me. I swear I'm gonna change. But we are not never ever getting back together. So if I put everything I just said about my teenage life into one word, my life sucked. But it was a part of my journey, you know? Yeah. I remember people leaving, going outside their hometown, say it is great being out of town, and it makes me so happy to be with new friends in Tokyo because they have a different sense of humor, culture, respect, nationality, and many more things. Yeah, I agree with that. I had a good times, good memories in Los Angeles. I wanted to live overseas forever, but I changed my mind after I quit playing basketball. I still love basketball though. One thing you need to know about Japan is that we are not good at basketball, but we still love it. Yeah, I remember when I joined the basketball league in Japan, I saw people always play so bad. They made too many turnovers and screwed the game. I got so frustrated and yelled at them like, "Hey, what the is going on with you? Don't give me a piece of shit." They felt so bad, of course, and we started to fight. They didn't want to play ball with me anymore. Afterward, I got kicked out of the team and I became alone again. Look, I kind of figured after feedbacking my basketball life, I realized maybe I was wrong. I had to admit my mistake and think it over again. I needed to let it go because I can't go on a time travel. So I kind of meditated to myself like that and tried to think about what I can do for the next. I refreshed my memory and tried to communicate with anyone around me, but it doesn't mean being alone is not always bad, you know? People might as well stay home and play the video game during a coronavirus outbreak. It doesn't bother me to be alone as well. I see some people pointing out like why you look so serious all the time and walking alone and stuff like that. I don't know. I just don't know. Based on that fact, they probably think I'm pretty weird, but here is what I think about the people's behavior. When I see Christian people or whoever has religion or faith, they make me sick because when they have a bad accident or incident, generally they are nice to each other. But once one of them gets happier, he or she doesn't care about others anymore. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah, like yesterday I tweeted, should your life partner has an affair with someone else, you maybe wanna blame him or her, but it doesn't mean you are always right because you are not attractive anymore. Your partner is gone. When I tweeted, I got a reply back saying that people should end a relationship with becoming a traitor in a relationship and cheating. It shows how disrespectful they are, and they are only thinking about themselves and what they want. If someone is willing to cheat on you, then you are better off without them. That's right. You are absolutely right. Thank you for your comment. ありがとうございます、Christine. I mean, today's I reviewed my hometown by Google. To be honest, it's not really important to live wherever you want, obviously. In Italian, saying there is one word I would still keep in mind, which is when in Roma, do as Romans do. That's my favorite word, and I think it's still in the bottom of my heart. But as life goes on, we don't need to have this saying anymore because we have global social network like Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I always have a passion of doing my favorite, and it doesn't really matter wherever I am. If you feel lonely, you can create an account and make friends on SNS, or if you don't like to identify yourself on the internet, you can pretend to be somewhere else. Hey, please do not try to slander others, okay? Don't harm people. Yeah, in Japan, some people committed suicide from nasty gram, slander, and disrespect. Well, 2020 has been really tough year. Yeah, COVID was gone, coronavirus is still critical, Olympic was postponed, and it's still June, everyone. We still have another 6 months to end the year. I never felt like 1 year was this long, but nevertheless, we do not ever look back, and we just have to look forward and stay positive. Yeah, we needed to stay straight, right? Yeah, I hope you feel the same way as I do. I'm sorry to make you feel bad, but I really hope I could give you some positive energy in any case. Alright, I think that this video went too long for today. I'll continue if I have another chance. So thank you so much for watching. If you liked, smash the like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I see you next time. Bye.